Good afternoon, guys. Well, Tank 500, I finally managed to get it out for review. I didn't really like the 500, it was just average. This one has a higher price tag and should be a lot more interesting. Let's get to the bottom of it. A total of 27 sensors, LiDARs, cameras. There is autopilot, there is auto parking, built-in video recorder. On the suspension front, double wishbone, rear double wishbone, air suspension with height adjustable clearance. Production, Continental Germany. That's it for some reason. Powertrain, hybrid, parallel, 3-liter turbo engine, 360 horses, pushes the car. There is also an electric motor for 160 horses, total power of 520, with acceleration of 5 and 6 seconds to 100. Tried to pick up on the camera how the headlights work, but unfortunately it reflects a lot, so I'll show the video now. Here is the winch, which is capable of pulling 5,000 kilograms. The tow bar can pull 2.5 tons. And here's something very interesting. If you are pulling a motorhome trailer, for example, and you want to distribute electricity there, there is a 220-volt socket. Since there's a battery here, the motorhome can be powered from here on the move. Wheel size is 22 inches, 275 by 50. Michelin, Pilot Sport, 4 SUV. Brakes are non-perforated, ventilated, clearance. Minimum you can go down 25 centimeters, maximum you can go up 28. Let's have a look under the hood. Gas support, soundproofing, and the regular top-of-the-line version, and of course in the exclusive version, running board. And the roof rails are already included. Ever since I tested Tank 500, for some reason Chinese TikTok starts suggesting me to watch different videos on the topic of these cars. Apparently because I was looking for information in TikTok and somehow the algorithm figured it out. I watch sometimes these cars do things off-road that I just haven't seen before. Now Leopard 5 has also joined them and is competing quite well with them. I think everybody's seen these videos on YouTube. I think from TikTok, the content is getting on YouTube anyway. Like tank cars, especially the Model 300, just falling down the mountain like that. The windows don't shatter, the airbags deploy, and people get out and smile. This company makes unrealistically strong car bodies. Honestly, I'm afraid to get the numbers wrong. I'm going to show you a screenshot of how strong this body is in numbers. "37 kilowatt-hour battery, lithium. On the back right, 85 liters tank. Now pay attention, 3,100 kilograms curb weight. Some of the finest fake leather I've ever seen, Napa technology. The door card is fully lined from top to bottom. And here, and even inside, everywhere. It's aluminum. Double glazing. Harman Kardon 16 speakers. The seats are covered in genuine Napa leather. Front massage ventilation heated. Rear massage ventilation heated. And so on in each of the four. This is where the praise is due. Not only is the seat already large enough, and it can also be extended for very tall people to this length. That's great, don't you think? You'll notice that at my height, it's more than enough. 187 centimeters tall. I'm sitting upright. I can reach the steering wheel and have 2 more fingers in front of my knee. If I lie down a little bit, I can't reach it anymore, so I'm going to have to move forward. Let's check it out. Well, there's not much room. The man's taller than me. He won't be able to lie down. This is the second time I've heard from the manufacturer why there are no door closers. The first time was when gilevich.eng told us when I reviewed the Mega minivan. It's the same story here. They say the design doesn't allow it because of safety. That's why there are no door closers. Shall we believe it or not? It's all leatherette too, same as here. And even down here at the bottom, it's also fake leather. Height and reach adjustment. This insert here is all aluminum. It's the same material, the same leatherette as here. And there's a handle. The car is really tall, and I usually see it here in cars of this class. But here, they've decided to be individual. They've put ambient lighting here. It's the same on my side. And then you can choose different colors. What do the experts have to say? Looks good to me. It's well drawn. I don't like this screen, though. I don't like its thick frames. I don't like its color reproduction. It's already small for a 2024 year, and small for this price. However, it's nimble, it works fast. There are no issues with it at all. Nothing lags. The map is fast, but I will show a little later. For now, the general concept. And somehow it doesn't fit. You get in here. Such quality interior materials. Very above average. Virtually no regular plastic. And this is the color reproduction. A lot of people will say this is the ultimate professional off-roader for traveling. And color rendition is not important. I agree. That's why they've made a bold saving on this. Apparently they realize it's not that important for this class of vehicle. I agree. Let's check for squeaks. It's gone. There's even a little bit left here. It's this frame here that's squeaking. You don't need it, like I said. It's just a little bit here and there. I don't know, give it a B-. I like the design of the steering wheel. It's a bit too thin, though. It's like this. Imagine that. There you go. So it's about 40% thinner than the L9. It doesn't go with a car that big. Do I like the feel of it? I wish it was a little thicker. It's leather wrapped. It's got leatherette on the inside. It's heated. The buttons are well pressed. All buttons are fully mechanical. Behind it are the steering wheel paddles. There's a small touchscreen here. By default, it shows the time. However, if you swipe from top to bottom, the start-stop button appears. Touch start-stop button. This is where the buttons are located. They're all mechanical. This is the climate control. You can also control on the screen. This is air direction. I noticed that this voice assistant knows the same number of even the most complex commands as the L9er. However, for some reason, it works more slowly. L9er's reaction time is instantaneous. Whatever you ask her to do, she turns it on right away. Here, for some reason, she thinks for a few seconds. The ceiling is covered in Alcantara. There is a case for glasses. The inside is covered in fabric. These buttons are touch sensitive. There are 2 buttons that allow you to... We open the hatch with one and close it with the other. That's a very strange solution. Why not the usual one? Why 2 buttons? Please tell me in the comments. Is it cheaper than one? Which is more complicated? The SOS button. You know why. Rear view mirror. This is the display. It broadcasts the camera, which is on the bumper. Very wide console. Lots of mechanical buttons. Big gear selector. That's the design. Inside, as you can see, is a tank icon in the shape of a crystal. That's all leatherette, too. Handbrake, 2 cup holders, USB port. There are 2 places to wirelessly charge your phone, and a Type-C connector. The left selector is responsible for switching driving modes. This is Sport Red, by the way. The right selector raises and lowers the suspension. There are 2 buttons for each of the seats. Heated ventilation, heated ventilation. The massage button is located on the side, where you adjust the seat. The passenger on the right has the same thing. A hook. It says 3 kilograms on it. Apparently you can hang something that weighs no more than 3 kilograms. They skimped on the screen. HD resolution. The map works fast, though. Yes, there are no questions. For this money, of course, competitors give a much better screen. The screen is not its strong suit. Let's put it this way. It's not slow, normal, fast performance, but the color reproduction is the most average. It has mechanical buttons. Suspension control, drive control, mode switch, electric or hybrid. Huge armrest. There's a cigarette lighter. It's cloth covered. 187 centimeters tall. Sat behind myself. 2 fists in front of my knee. 1.5 above my head. The tilt of the backrest isn't very good yet. Crawl back. That's good, actually. That's actually good. I could sleep. No panoramic sunroof. I don't think I need to explain why. Not only do I have double glazing in here. By the way, the car is very quiet. I think the noise meter will show us good figures on the test drive. And there's a sunshade. Space, as you can see, is quite a lot here. I've got air in here. I've got a knob. And there's also a little screen here. Climate control. The air is mechanical. And the climate control is supposed to be here too. Yeah, there's climate control in here too. Music, some sort of seat control settings. You can move the seats in the front. Can be moved, yes, if you want to. The floor is pretty much flat. Well, there's a little bit of a small step. There's USB, Type-C, cigarette lighter. Double glazing at the rear, and the door card is exactly the same as the front. There's a spare tire. This door has a door closer. It's got some kind of granny rug on it. It's nicer here. Yeah, it's nicer. Organizer. Hooks, hooks. This is where you lower the suspension, raise the suspension. You can move the seat. And that's it. That's it. The car is sold in 2 top-of-the-range trim levels. The regular top of the range and the exclusive. The usual top one, which is on our review today, the exclusive one is impossible to pull out. It is simply nowhere to be found. It's only available to order. So the usual top plus all extras cost 516,000 yuan. Exclusive 700,000. And the only difference between them is this. The exclusive one has a starry sky on the ceiling. Let me show you what it looks like. Exclusive interior trim color. It's the same trim, just an exclusive color. Some carbon fiber body parts and an exclusive grille. Well, let's summarize. I'll quickly tell you what's what. The first thing that catches my eye, and I certainly didn't expect it, it's quieter than German cars. It's on a par with a Yangwang U8, and that's the first time I've ever seen such factory noise insulation in a $70,000 car. And considering its size and the fact that it is also a hybrid with 520 horses, it is simply amazing. Tank 700 is a cut above any other vehicle in the tank lineup. Absolutely, in every sense. Here, they have tried their best. Apparently, the competition is pressing. They have to surprise. Suspension here is much more pleasant than in the Tank 500. I would like to note that here is a little bit stiffer than in L9, but it is still quite comfortable. And the most interesting thing is that it works quieter than in L9. Also keep in mind that it's very tall, 195 centimeters. The ground clearance is 28. This affects its handling. It wobbles, but no more than a Geländewagen. It's about the same. I took the Geländewagen out for a test drive yesterday to compare. Now what I don't like, I don't want to wait for a 3-liter engine with 360 horsepower to rev up. I want to shoot right away, like the L9, like the Yangwang U8, like the Menchi, or like any purely electric car. But this is a parallel hybrid. The acceleration is internal combustion, and you'll feel the vibration. You'll wait for the torque, and you'll hear that whirring under the hood. In sequential hybrids with purely electric acceleration, the internal combustion engine as generator is many times quieter, even at full throttle. I don't mean to offend anyone in any way. Don't get any ideas. I know a lot of people like the loud sound of the internal combustion engine. But I speak for myself. To me, it's a meaningless, disgusting, whirring noise. This hybrid system has an electric motor. It's got 160 horsepower. And if you drive calmly and make easy lane changes with the acceleration pedal, it gives its instant, little torque. Its power is enough. But if you need to shoot quickly, you will wait for the 3-liter engine to gain revs. In any case, this hybrid setup is still nicer than a conventional pure internal combustion engine. All the more so because of the electric motor, there's a regeneration mode. And you don't have to drag your foot on the brake pedal unnecessarily. And this, as I said earlier, is just like a drug for those who are used to driving electric motors, 5 and 6 to 100. That's not very fast for a 24th year. But for an SUV of this size for this money, it's above average. The battery is 37 kilowatt hours. With a curb weight of 3,100 kilograms, that's not much. 100 kilometers at most. And that's in the summer, and that's in the city. Half as much in winter. However, my opinion is this. I think, and I am more than sure, this car is not for driving on pure electric power at all. This car should be driven in hybrid mode. And, as you can guess, 3-liter turbocharged engine with capacity of 360 horses will easily manage to charge the battery, even at high speed. Accordingly, you will always have 520 horses at the ready. Their consumption is declared 11 liters on the WLTC cycle. Further, it depends on how you press the accelerator pedal and on the weather. Okay, friends, thanks for listening. If you liked it, give it a bold like. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna say goodbye. Take care of yourself, exercise, eat healthy food. Goodbye.